I know. It's me. I know. I know. You've seen me before, and I am once again back. I know. Hello. I'm a doctor too. Let's just get a little bit of music going. Sri Lanka, sweet dude. Hello. Albert, good to see you back, man. I am not having coconut. I had one yesterday. I don't have any more in the house. I actually ordered a subscription pack so I can have I can have one every day. It's kind of funny, eh? I got a little mini fridge behind me. I'm gonna fill it with coconut water. Oh man, it's 2:45 there, eh? Damn, that's pretty late. Yeah, Albert. Yeah, the growth of the channel's been pretty cool. It's slowed down because people have gone back to work. I'm definitely noticing that we're getting a ton fewer people. Ton fewer people watching each day. I like the flow of this song. It's pretty cool. Listen to this one. The song is relevant to all you guys trying to trade. That's pretty cool. Oh, did you see the little kitty there? Oh, here he comes. Oh, no, not you, big kitty. Okay, let's turn off that music. Okay, guys. Welcome back to the stream. This is the first stream of the week. I missed Monday. I missed Tuesday. Feeling a little bit under the weather. Nothing serious. No COVID. Just my own little bit. I wanted to be a little bit of a break there. I wasn't feeling super great. So I still was trading. So why don't we look at the charts? And by the way, yes, this is my friend that is singing. If you guys are interested, his name is Shay Ponzio. I'll type it in here into the chat here so you guys can see. It's kind of a weird spelling. Wanted to be into the chat here. Shay Ponzio. There you go. He's on Spotify. He's only got a few songs, but he's got Instagram and whatnot too. It would be really cool if a few of you guys, if you actually wanted to follow him or whatever, you know, you just told him like where you came from. I think it'd be kind of cute, you know. Anyways, cool. So, what do you think about Forex Tester? I bought it a couple weeks ago. I don't know what Forex Tester is, man. If you're looking for a good back testing program, I would highly suggest Soft Forex. Soft Forex is a good one, and you can go through MetaTrader. It's just an EA. It's really easy to follow along. You just kind of enter trades as you go through all of old data. So trades that we were taking this week. So Monday we started off back here, and we're looking at longs on U-Swiss here this week. We are wanting to get back up here by Friday. That's our ultimate goal. If we can do that, that'd be lovely. That's what we've been aiming for ever since Monday morning. And the reason we can see that is we're clearly getting below these lows and creating a nice stop hunt, right? Does that make sense? All of this area right here, multiple lows made, stop hunt, and then we've completely rallied up. Now, this isn't your stereotypical single stop hunt, but if you look at it more on a daily level, you can kind of see what's going on a little bit better. Maybe on the 4 hour, you can see, okay, so there's a low, and it really swept us back up, and it's actually just kissing perfectly to that untested area there. So it's a little bit wonky if you look at it that way. Might be a little bit clearer for you to look at the 4 hour, but I do like the 1 hour on this, and we can see a nice solid rally coming out of it, and that just told us at some point we're going to want to look for a long here. So we looked for a long right on that order block, right? Is this premiere or stream? This is a stream. D4T. It's a stream, dude. It's a stream. You can't tell the difference? Shay Ponzi schemes. That's funny. So Monday, tried to long this bad boy here, right on and bounce off of that level, and we simply got very wicked out before the actual move. So we tried it again on Tuesday, and we actually managed to get in super nice. Once we saw the lows here being eaten up and then came back up, and we actually got in on that level there, and we've taken half of our profit here just today, actually, half of our profit right kind of on these tops, and then we're letting the rest go to the highs there. That's what we're doing on U-Swiss. So if you guys want to get into U-Swiss, it's not a great time because of this little area here showing strong rejection after the build up there, but we haven't actually swept the tops here, so I would have actually taken a little bit more off if we had gone past these tops. So I do still think that we're going to continue back up, so there's no reason to stop your U-Swiss long bias here. You can probably look for a long yourself there. Speaking of which, we can look at Euro USD, also looking very bearish to go hand in hand with U-Swiss, so we did take a short on that today. We took a short. Let me draw this here. Trading off my phone because I didn't want to get off the couch, past couple days. So first of all, where do we want to target? Now that we know that's kind of coming down to the downside, we wanted to target these lows right here, multiple tests of those lows, massive liquidity lying in that area, a lot of stops behind that level. So that's where we're going to be targeting, right? So the actual trade we took is roughly about 6R. Don't remember the exact entry, but we can see how on the higher time frame, we were rejecting off of that level, and we can see it perfectly fine right here. You can see the closures below that move that brought us to the high. You can see that this was a nice supply area to reject off of. Perfect. And we went a little bit past it. So that's a perfect, great place to short. Now, the only thing is we are rallying quite strong off of it. We're not completely sure if this wick is going to matter or not. So that's why we've taken profit and we moved our stop forward. So both of those we've locked in. Those are my trades for this week so far. What do you guys want to look at? Show me some of your trades. Whiskey time, eh? A-bot, yeah. Happy Wednesday. No 9 a.m. Coronas. No, over the weekend I drank all my beers. Yeah. I drank a bunch of my beers sitting here, and then I had a hangover on Sunday. Do you think CAD CHF is reversing? You guys are gonna friggin' bug me because I had a beer one time on stream. You guys are gonna bring it up all the time, aren't you? CAD CHF. Do I think it's reversing? Wow, that was silly. Okay, let's get rid of this because it's no longer an idea. Oh shoot. Okay, I remember some guy was asking about this one, and he literally drew it out like this, right? He drew out like some sort of channel, right? And then he wanted to buy here. And the second I realized that he'd drawn a channel, I knew that it wasn't gonna fail. I thought it was actually gonna bounce up and retest that, but it didn't. It just completely failed because I guess they wanted to fill the channel right away. What's going on here? We can see a higher time frame. This looks pretty good actually, guys. You can see a nice low made there. If you think about what the retail traders were thinking at this time, they were making this pizza shape, right? And pizza shapes are a classic place that you can just fuck over the retail traders, is it not? Okay, so we got this pizza wedge here, and we got to draw a little. What is going on? Stop it. Okay. You can draw little pepperonis on there. Okay, pepperonis and cheese. Pepperonis and cheese. Cool. Yum. That's a good pizza right there, isn't it? Okay, so retail traders, they know that that this pizza shape means, you know, 66% of the time or something like that, it's going to break to the downside, does it not? That's what I think. That's what I was told when I was trading as a stupid trader. So every time I saw one of these, what I would do is I would look for a bounce off of this top, and then I would short it and then try to break the bottom, right? Every single time. So I would look for over here and then short until we broke the bottom, and then I put my stop and then I'd break even, whatever. So what happens is simply we broke it, and then we got the people to also FOMO in, thinking that, okay, it's the pizza shape. So all their liquidity was brought into the market. Then the market makers stepped in and they said, no, screw you, we're going to rise it. So this was actually a solid fake out. So when you see like a pizza shape like this, I would just be wary. Right? Because a lot of people are going to be morons here. Let's get rid of the pizza because I eat the pepperoni and cheese first. That's why. Let's eat the pepperoni and cheese first. And then what we do is we roll this up. And we roll that up into a nice sausage roll, and then we stick it in our butt. There we go. Perfect. It's gone. That's how you eat pizza, right, guys? Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how you eat pizza. Get rid of the cheese and pepperoni and then roll it up and stick it in your butt. Okay, cool. So I do think that this is a really good reversal, actually. Look at this. So you can see the moves that are really bringing us down into that lows were completely destroyed with this momentum. Very strong. So where are we thinking it's going to come back down to? Let's look at obvious areas that might be of interest. So there's no major supply zone here or demand zone, so we'll draw it on the right side there. Right. So that's probably a really good area. And then it's matching up lower time frame, you know, an SR flip here. That'd be perfect. Also, we can say that there's going to be stop orders behind the, oh my God, there we go. Stop orders behind this level. So those guys are going to get stopped out. So most likely, it's rejecting off of this guy right here. It's going to come back down here, stop those people out, and then continue up. Boop, boop. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay. Where's it going to go to? This is the first level. Now, it could actually come all the way back up to here, that previous level that I had drawn out. That would make a lot of sense, because if we're looking at this higher time frame, look at what the higher time frame looks like. Normally, things don't just reject. You guys know this, right? They don't just reject and then go forever. They reject, they break structure, and then they come back up and they retest that structure to prove that it's actually resistance, and then we actually break down. So that's what we're going to see here most likely on the higher time frame, right? So what we just did on the higher time frame now is we've broken the structure. Now we come back to retest the most valid untested structure right up here, way up high, right? And then we break down. So, and then we're looking at the higher time frame again. What are we seeing? We're seeing sweeps on that level. We're seeing a downtrend, probably going to continue that downtrend, right? This is super, super strong. That's a great chart, actually. I like this one a lot. Really fancy. I probably won't trade it because I don't like trading crosses or minor pairs or whatever. I don't know what you want to call this. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Look for a long around here. Or throw on your fib. Make sure your fib is around there too. You know, this 665 or whatever it is. Okay, cool. Yen is stronger than most. Yen, pizza. I'll probably use box, not a triangle. Oh yeah, you could have used a box there too, but the thing was the logic with the triangle is that you keep, so the logic that retail traders say is, okay, you keep testing the same spot, right? You keep testing the same low, and your highs are getting lower. So you're actually, people keep front running, so they're willing to get in sooner and sooner, but this level keeps getting weaker and weaker every single time it tests. So the logic is valid in why that would break, but it's just really likely for market makers to say, okay, people see that this is happening, so we're just going to put a lot of resting orders there, and then we can rally it up. Okay, here's a chart somebody's posted up. Nice. Okay, Michaela. Let's see, Michaela. Hey bro, which of your video helps draw that supply and demand? I have a video on supply and demand. I think it's just called supply and demand. I gotta make a better thumbnail for it. It's pretty dark. Pretty dark and ugly. Okay. Okay. NJ. Strong rejection if here we continue. Okay. So all of this to me back here, it's kind of meaningless because it's so long ago right now. It's just what I'm thinking. And we've really ranged for so long. So just based off this chart that you've shown me, there's not any reason to short this. You could be right, but I think it's roughly 50-50 if you get stopped out, right? And we don't know that if it does go in your direction that it's even going to come all the way back down here. It could just go in your direction here and then get you stopped out, right? Do you know what I mean? It could just wick around for a lot longer. So until this decides on a direction or makes a very clean, obvious manipulation move, then there's no point in doing anything. Not quite out of the woods yet, but Nearly confirmed. You're a full-time trader almost? Jack? That's awesome. I'm gonna buy on Euro NZD. Let's look at that one. Can you send me the chart, Evan? Like this, Michaela just did? Like, send me just this part. So, take a screenshot, and then send just that end part. And then that way it won't be like a URL. If you link a URL, it won't be sent because I have them blocked. Getting sleepy. I've been super sleepy this week. Sleeping too much. Okay, here we go. I think I see one here. Just this part here, eh? I think I see it. Is this right? No. That's not a chart. Send me the x/. Not sure what it's sending there. Okay. What else do we want to look at? What questions do you guys have? Maybe we'll look at that Euro NZD. Euro NZD with your stop loss at 76 ish. You're gonna buy. Wait, what? Huh? Is it Euro NZD? Yeah. 0.76. And oh, take profit 70. Okay, yeah. And 75.14. Okay. Let's look at a lower time frame here. You're gonna buy. Okay, first of all, 70. What is it? 75.14. So right about here-ish. Okay. So you have the stop below these lows, and you're targeting here. Okay. And you just bought probably. This is unless there's something I just really don't see, this is a silly trade. Because first of all, it's way too close to be using anything on the higher time frame. So I do understand why you're saying, okay, it could be bouncing off of this right here, right? You could be saying that demand right there. But to be targeting something so close, it wouldn't make much sense. You would want a wider stop and a wider take profit, right? So reality is you're making a 5-minute trade, and what you're doing is you're making a 5-minute trade in a counter trend, and all it's doing is slowly retracing after showing no signs of sweeping anything, no manipulation. All it's doing is slowly retracing. It's probably actually going to come up decently high, because that's usually what it does. Probably come up to like here or something, and reject off of there, and then continue down. But you never know. Like, it could just reject right here, and you're counter trend trading, so there's no point in. You might as well just take a trend trade, right? You might as well wait until it comes up here and then short there. That's the smarter move, and then you have that much more likely to be profitable, and it's the exact same trade, right? It's the exact same distance. See this chart. You think you keep trying to send it? I'm not sure if not sure if this is just like not a chart. There we go. Cool. So you're trying to short the highs here. Okay, again, guys. GJ here. The problem with this is what happens if the market makers decide to just stop you out there, right? So the thing is, wait, you don't know if this is going to be an actual supply zone that is going to be rejected off of. You could randomly throw an order there and then perfectly get a wick, but it's actually quite unlikely to get perfect wicks. It'll feel great when the wicks in, you grid it perfectly, and then comes back down. But normally it's going to slow down, reach that area, give you time to enter, and then you'll actually be able to follow that trade and be in profit, right? Right now, I would say that that's a decent zone to be watching for. Yeah. I would also be watching for exactly how you have here, manipulation on either side, right? On either side of this range, because a big old sweep like that and then continuation would be great for you to short. But this is a decent area to watch also. Just don't place a resting order there until you see the reaction off of it. See you, Mandy. Laptop died. No worries. Talk to you later, dude. You guys are asking about Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Oh, is it rising back up? Nice. Cool. So the reality is we're still bearish here for a little bit. I would expect another sweep below these lows. Lots of tests on those lows, right? Lots of lows there. So most likely is it going to reject off of here and then it's going to come back down here, just like I kind of drew before. That's what I think is still going to happen. It's going to reject off this one, continue. When do sweeps not work? About 40% of the time. Gold. What are my thoughts on crypto? I think it's a great investment platform. Don't trade it. Gold. Okay. So we thought that this was going to reject here after we saw the move in and then break down below this, right? Thought that was going to be a rejection. It didn't. We were wrong. Honestly, it's still looking pretty damn weak. If you notice here, you're getting insignificant higher highs. We're not really showing much more strength here. I guarantee, you know, if you guys are RSI divergence traders, this is an RSI divergence right here. See? Yep. See that one? Down, up, perfect. So smart. Okay, cool. So, the power is getting weaker, and look at what we've created. Right on the tops there, showing massive weakness in the market before one last little wick out. I think this move here, oops, this one, is probably a fake out to gather more shorts. Probably. Did this line up here? Like it even stopped out that one, didn't it? I'm reasonably bearish on this. I'm not a great gold trader though, so every time I look at gold, I don't want to tell you guys too much. But I'm not a very great gold trader. But it should theoretically be the same. So where would we be targeting these lows? First target, second target, this one. Right? So if you did want to place a trade here and you found an entry of your liking, I'm not going to tell you your entry here because I'm just going to put it on here. Oops. I'm not going to tell you your entry because I wouldn't enter right now. That's not what I would do. Your target and your stop would be above there. And then you take profit off there. Yeah. GU, oh, we'll look at you. What do I think of Hunter FX? Oh, he's a dick. The My Baby Girl, huh? What's the bias on Mexican? Probably not going to look at Mexican. Joshua, you keep like typing in like half sentences. It makes it very impossible to read. Specific pairs that I trade, the US dollar pairs, basically the green ones. That's what I trade. That's what I'll look at. Oh, let's look at Geo. The rest of them aren't I don't like them. They're not enough volume. And even AJ I don't like. I don't like the yen pairs actually very much at all. Any of the yen pairs I don't trade a whole lot. Mostly euro, pound, Swissy, and the Aussie. And maybe euro pound too. Those are the big ones, but the rest of them I'll at least look at. Wow, look at that. Wow, isn't that something? Well, we were dead on right about that one, weren't we? Okay, cool. So, do we still think it's going to reject off of this? Hasn't shown it yet. I don't know yet. I still have the same bias. See, the thing is you have to be adaptive here, right? So if we see rejections off of this, we're going to then start targeting this low here, right? But right now, we're in an uptrend. So you don't short an uptrend, right? So you can simply wait if you wanted. If you're looking at the higher time frame and you just were impatient, this would be what a bad trader would do. They're just looking at the higher time frame only, and then they said, okay, I'm going to do something like this, right? And then you have a really wide stop and it doesn't really make any sense. But you can just simply wait if you wanted to be a good trader, and then wait for the reversal, and then look for a better entry, and then put your stop tight here, right? But the next target here, if we do break above this, would be right there, right? So that level, that'd be our next level to look for a short on. Oops. Sup, Mr. Hunter. Hey, Bruno. Do I trade the S&P? No. Do I make trades in TradingView? Only paper trading, dude. Look at my paper. Never mind. Don't look at my paper trading account. I don't have one. Let's look at the Aussie. Sure. One sec. We'll look at the Aussie. Yen pairs are too volatile. Yeah, they just don't seem to. The yen pairs don't seem to follow the exact same structure of what I'm used to. Maybe it's because it's Asian, and it puts more volume on the Asia time. Then, yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably something to do with that, but they do the U.S. dollar yen used to work super well for me. Okay, the Aussie. The Aussie, if you remember correctly, we swept these highs here and we started dumping back down. So what's happening here? We're coming back up to test that, right? Test this breaker block. Yep. I think it'll give it one more push. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see if we can get into this purple box. Look at, there's actually multiple tests all along this top here. It's really setting up super nicely for the same sort of thing I talked about there a second ago, where it's making this stupid pizza shape, right? And we're probably going to do this. Boop. And then down, right? That's most likely. That'd be great. That'd be a really good move. A lot of people are going to be getting in their shorts now, putting their stops above, and they're going to get stopped out because they think that we're actually rejecting right now. We're not. We're not rejecting yet. And then targets. Not sure what this is. I don't like it anymore. Not a very good level. This is a target here. I like that one. Let me put this on the 1 hour. Yeah, that one's better. Oh, I see why it's there. It's untested. So you could easily wick below this. Okay, we can target that. Target like here. No nonsense Forex. Thank you later. I don't need to thank you, dude. I've already watched all his stuff. He's a smart guy. I'm not a fan of how he trades, though. He trades with a bunch of indicators, and I think indicators are silly. I think you can be a better trader without indicators. Indicators are a much slower way to make money. Very, very slow. Like, if you use indicators properly, you can make like 20% a year. If you use price action, you can make like 20% a month if you're good. What's up, OTR? How you doing? Do I trade news? No. I've been in my Aussie setup for almost 20 hours now. It's a long time. I don't know what you're trading though. Indicators are for girls. Hey Francis, good to see you. Yeah, indicators confuse. They make you contradict yourself. Totally. Emily, you're right. Yeah, it'll confuse you. 20% of what? 20% of your account, you can make 20%. You're using price action. Price action traders often make 20% a month if they're a good price action trader. Risking like 2%. Yeah, you can easily make 20% a month if you're good at price action. I'm getting good. I'm not very good yet. But there's people that are really, really good that are just making insane amounts, right? Indicators are fine, yeah, if you want to do things slower. That's my opinion. And there's nothing an indicator can tell you that price action can't. Price action literally is what indicators are based off of. So it's just a slower version of what the price is already telling you. So if you know what you're doing, the indicator is useless. Actually, the only use I would see for indicators actually is to see where retail traders are going to be placing their trades. Price action is not subjective. Tell me how subjective the close of this candle is. Right? Is this subjective? Is this candle close higher than that line? Is that subjective? There's nothing subjective about this. It's higher. There's only one way to look at that. So there is no subjectivity to it. Indicators, however, let's do a trend line for an example. How could I draw this trend line? I could draw it like this. I could draw it like this. Or I could draw it like this. Right? Like this, rather. There's 3 possible ways in a 3-point trend line. That is incredibly subjective to the user, right? Same with maybe Fibonacci. Same with Elliott wave. Same with moving averages. Moving average, you don't know exactly if it's closed on one side or the other. If it's closed halfway. What if it went the other way? I don't know what you mean. Price action is raw permanent data. Yeah, exactly. The benefit of horizontal lines is there's absolutely no ambiguity to it. You know exactly what happens, and everybody looks at the exact same number, right? Everyone says that number closed there, right? There's absolutely no difference for any trader. That is why we use horizontal lines, because you get much more accurate trades long term. You don't have any emotional bias to anything, right? So you could even be in, you know, a depressive state, right? And you could, or you could just have like a family member die or something like that, and you still see this the exact same way. You say, okay, that swept that low. That's very obvious. Like, you could be completely out of your mind and have something terrible in your life happening, and there'd be no change in your trading. Mind you, you might not want to trade because it's kind of a silly time to trade, but you claim a breakout, that's fine, close above previous resistance, but what if it went the other way? See, I still don't know what you mean by other way. I'm just using breakout as an example here. Like, it could do anything, right? We know that this candle closed higher than that candle, or we know that this candle didn't close lower than these ones, right? Or we know here that this candle went lower than those, but it actually closed within, so that's a sweep, right? We know exactly what things are every single time, no matter what. That's the purpose of horizontal lines. Like, that's why I'm saying here, right? That's why I'm saying here, I think there's going to be manipulation higher. Because we're seeing basically, you know, these lines aren't perfectly lined up, but every single time we're stopping out a couple more people, but we're not going very deep yet. So the reason I say that this is all on the same line is because we haven't stopped many people out yet. That's as ambiguous as it gets in price action, is when a singular line is all pretty much the same spot. So now I think, okay, we're gonna have one big stop, right? But this could have honestly been the stop, right? Because it's gotten a little bit further, but that didn't grab many orders, and we haven't touched this purple box yet, right? And the purple box is also a horizontal line because of very obvious reasons, because that's where the breaker box is, right? And if you want to be more accurate, I might have drawn it on the wrong spot here even. No, that's fine. That's fine. We can draw it like that. We don't need to include the wick because it's too far. Market structure and price action should suffice. Indicators may be good for targeting candles. Yeah, indicators are good, man, if you don't know how to read price action. If you're new, then they're good, I think. They can help you. Like RSI divergence is a great way to trade. I think it's ambiguous. Show us my win rate. No. Are you a swing trader? No, I intraday trade. You CAD. Here, use a chart. Let's look at a chart here. Also, go ahead and like the stream if you guys like me ranting about indicators. It's kind of what I do best. Complain about other people's trading. All right, cool. Yeah, this is an interesting trade. Okay. Now, I do want to look at what this looks like on multiple time frames, but simply looking based off of this, you got a really good foundation here. Who's posted this? Gerald. Yeah, this is great. You got this down. So you're lining up this demand zone, right? That's untested quite clearly. You could have argued that it was tested here with that wick, right? But the body is tested, so it's actually more powerful now. You've swept below these lows, and we've eaten it back up, and that's simply a retest back to this this demand zone. So if we look at this odd CAD, And let's just kind of look what that looks like. I believe it's this one. Yeah. So we have upward trend, right? Uptrend, whatever you want to call it, upper trend. You even got, you know, if you want more confirmation, you even got the hourly closing back within, right? 15-minute, you had the 15-minute down there, and it's just retracing back down. That's cool. Put this on the 15 now. Yeah, I believe that's the one. Yeah, that looks cool. So most likely it's going to continue that uptrend, right? So you're following the trend. This is just simply a retracement back. And now the thing is, you might want to watch the 1 minute here and watch the reaction off of this. And then once you get a good green candle off that, then we would probably want to buy it, right? This is actually kind of, let's see if it just completely decimates it right now. Because we're not completely sure that this singular move is enough to hold it. So it could continue down, right? So you don't want to like jump in right away when you see something like that, because you're still in a downtrend. You want to make sure that the trend is actually shifting. Just because you see like one bounce off of a level, you can still watch lower. And that's normally what I would want to do, is watch lower, making sure things are actually bouncing off. And now that we've actually kind of, you know, dumped really hard like that, we're a little bit more bearish and we don't want to jump in anyways. Right? We would have, that's probably lucky for you if you didn't jump in. Because I was actually a really decent looking setup. I would have hoped that it would have gone down a little slower, and then we would have seen a reaction off of this guy, and then you would have been able to get in. But that's really funny now. How many pips to over stop loss do I use? I don't choose pips. I use percentage based kind of. Like R. I use R. So if you're new here, which it seems like you might be new here based on that question, I use risk reward. So like if I wanted to enter here, oh look at this, by the way, dude. This is where it's gonna hunt. Right there, multiple lows. It's gonna hunt that, right? Okay, so if I wanted to say take a trade here for any reason, I would always look at where's a good stop, and then look at where's my take profit going to be. And if it's not good enough, like if it's like here or something, then I just won't take the trade. But it's a risk reward, and I always risk the exact same amount. Like I always risk, for example, $100 on every single trade, no matter what. Do I close trades at the end of each session, did you say? No, usually I close them at the end of the day. Right now I have U-Swiss and the Euro running on longs, and they've been running kind of for a couple days. And I want to have them target up here. So for this trade, I'm targeting 13R. And I've already taken off half. So I got taken off half at 4R, right, I think. And this one we're gonna take it all off at 6, and I took it off at 2, I think. So now we're just letting them run. But we don't always leave trades open. I like to close them at the end of the day if I can, or I'll take little bits off at the end of the day, because I don't know how the spread's gonna treat me, especially on a day like Wednesday. Wednesday the spreads get really wide, so I might close even more of the trade today. What do you think of 5% a day? I think that's a ridiculous amount to make, and don't try to make it. That's way too much. Think about this. To make 5% a day, you would have to average a 1R every single day at 5% risk, right? So that doesn't really leave you much room for losing, because that would basically mean that you would not have losing days, or you would have, you know, yeah, or you would have like a losing day and then a winning day that was twice as big, back and forth, back and forth. And that would be really difficult to keep up. And if you're risking 5% every single day, then what if you go on a week that you lose every single day in a week, which I've done? Then you just lost 25% of your account, and that's a huge blow. That's going to be very difficult to come back from. Is your strategy based on indicators? No, I don't use any indicators. What kind of ratio, if you risk $100, is your goal to profit 100, 200? Yeah, so I have like a rough number in my head. I know like if I'm risking $100, I know that 200 would be like 2R or whatever. Per trade, after I take profits, I'm looking for more than 1R, right? Usually, if that makes sense. So if I risk $100, after take profits, ideally I want to be making like 150, 200 after take profits along the way, like a total. That'd be like a rough answer for you, to give you like a nothing answer, if that makes sense. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. That was a decent stream. I gotta head out. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And we're still doing giveaways, by the way. We weren't gonna do one here today, but we will do one more either tomorrow or Friday. So make sure you tune in for that, and you can get a free month of the Signal group.